season, we were kind of wondering if this next one was going to work out all right. It's always difficult to work in the situations we needed to work in on the field, especially when you're doing it with someone you spend your life with. We had a few moments, but for the most part, it was really a great experience. He did an excellent job, and I saw him spend many, many hours into the night drawing up plays and figuring strategy. He picked up 4 to 6 kids every night for practice and for every game. Please welcome the head coach for the 1994 Junior Rams, my husband, Barry Burton.
1994 what? 1994 what? I am the only one that's been through this thing for 3 years here, and it has been an experience. The first year we played, we did not win a game. We did not get a first down. We were playing with guys that should have been freshmen, but they were on the sophomore level, but they stuck through it. So I decided I'd stick through it. I'd like to present this first one to Team Mother that has gone beyond Call of Duty. Whenever we called her and asked her to do something, she was there. Whenever somebody needed to be working, she was there. She was even going to go work the chains. Came to the game willing and ready to go. Too long. The other team mom, I'd call her up and I'd say, Cindy? She'd go, yes. I'd say, well, we need to, she says, okay, I'll call them. So I'd really like to thank Cindy Davis for helping us out this year. Is Roy here? Sick. You take his award to him. Roy Reber went and bought rivets and chin straps and shoulder straps and all kinds of other stuff so the juniors would have the proper equipment to go through the season. This guy was there every practice, every game. He rushed home from the airport to make it on time. Every time I had somebody I needed to talk to, somebody I needed to ask something about, he was there. I'd really like to thank my assistant coach, Joe Motter. The other assistant coach, he came later in the year and he helped out big time, helped us out with the defense. That's Anthony Saunders. He's not here right now. Anthony, get your dad's black here. Anthony Saunders. I'd like to say that one thing, that the kids that came out at the beginning of the year went through the two-a-days, every day of hard work, exercise, and they're still here. I want to put my hands together for you guys. Football builds confidence, self-discipline, and I've seen it. Each one of these guys come to the practices for the first time and you see these little faces. You don't know what's behind these little faces. You just see these little faces. You don't know what they're thinking, what's on their mind. But you grow to like each and every one of them. You grow to think that they're your own sons when they're out there. kid, first couple of practices, we were talking, and he says, "I want to be quarterback." I said, "Well, I don't know. You know, we gotta work to see who's quarterback." A couple games went by, and we needed a quarterback bad. So I said, "Chris, you're gonna be the quarterback." He didn't say, "I don't want to be the quarterback. I'm afraid to be the quarterback." He took on quarterback, and he led us to 2 victories. Chris Mott. I asked this kid, I said, "What do you want to do?" He said, "I want to be a wide receiver." I said, "Well, you got hands?" He said, "Well, I don't know." So I said, "Well, let's go throw some passes and see." He caught the ball, so we went ahead and made David T. So wide receiver and flanker back. Awesome. David made a lot of key blocks over. This kid came later on in the year, and we sure needed him because he was a solid piece of the defensive line. He brought his dad with him, which helped a lot. Anthony Saunders. This kid came to me with these big blue eyes. He says, "I want to play quarterback." I said, "You're too short to play quarterback." He said, "I want to play quarterback." I said, "You're too slow to play quarterback." I said, "I need somebody that's going to hit in the safety. I need a safety." I said, "Well, okay, coach, I'll play safety." Nick Ballou. This kid come out, he brought a coach with him. He brought the Paul Revere coach with him. I thought, oh boy, we got some more coaches in the coaching staff. I never did see that coach again. But I did see this kid. He was out there blocking. He was giving everything he had, and I hope he comes back next year. Adam Harris. I'll never forget this as long as I live. They have weight divisions. Everybody knows that you can't be past a certain weight and play in a certain division. This kid wanted to play in the junior division in the worst way. Went out to the football field. It had rained 2 days previous. This kid ran around the field 5 times at least. He stripped down to his underwear. He had mud from his knees to his ankles. I said, "I need somebody to be the toughest, meanest guy on the field." Drew Davis says, "I'll be it." That is dedication, believe me. We had a weak spot at the corner. We had nobody that could keep up with anybody. We had no speed. We had nobody with hands. We were losing games. I was ready to quit. His mother called me and said, "Is it too late for my son to play?" I said, "Well, what does he play?" She goes, "Well, I think he played cornerback." I said, "Sure." This kid picked out 3 passes for us this year, made outstanding tackles. Cole Hamilton. This is one of the 2 most improved players that we had on the team. He came to me and he had the biggest smile on his face. I said, "Son, you don't smile in football. You smile after you make the hit, but you don't smile." And he looked at me with those eyes and smiled. He also had to run around the track 3 or 4 times to get down to his weight. He is definitely one of the most improved players on the junior division Rams, Clayton Reaper. Started like this, all the other coaches said, we time all the kids, see who's the fastest, and we see who's the fastest runner. And everybody ran, and I said, "I have no speed." And this kid stepped up and he took off, and I said, "Oh man, 4 or 5, that's pretty quick. I said, well, let's make him a wide receiver. Well, first let's try him a quarterback. So we tried him a quarterback, and we said, nah, we need him out there where he's going to be a receiver. We needed people to block on the line. He made numerous catches. He nearly broke one on the 47 reverse, Brian Long. Another one I'll never forget, and if a tear comes to my eye, I'm sorry. We were out there practicing, and I looked over at the dumpster, and there's a kid standing there holding a bag. He's got pads in that bag. He walked from Briar Forest, down Willcrest, down Memorial, to play football. Fred Brock. This kid, we started off at linebacker. Well, we first say want to be a running back. So, well, you need to get some of those rib pads to protect you. It's okay. We started seeing him run with the ball, and he was kind of loping with his feet. So I said, oh, he can't be a running back. Let's see. Let's try him at linebacker. He'll hit. He'd hit. Linebacker really in this spot either. Let's put him at safety. Nah, safety wasn't it either. Put him on the line as a defensive tackle. He made 11 tackles in one game, which helped us win against the Eagles to propel us to the playoffs. Roderick Porter. This is the second most improved player on the team. I held his glasses probably more than anybody ever did. He says, I can't hit with my glasses on, Coach. I got to take them off. I said, okay, I'll hold them. We have a thing we call the kill drill, where we put a kid in the middle and then he needs to run past the other guy or through him or over him or whatever. And I got my toughest, biggest guy and ran over this kid until he finally stopped. I'm telling you, anybody, Gabriel Collins. Nose tackle. This is a tough one because when you have your own son on the team, you have to make him an example. You have to live with him and talk. We talk plays over the dinner table. We talk plays. We do this. Wherever I asked him to go, he'd go. He's been with me for 3 years. He plays harder than anybody who's as small, as big, as fat, as small, as skinny. My son, Brandon Forrester. This kid I started calling in July because I wanted him to play in the worst way. He's one of the guys, Chris Hill, who Coach Tardy talked about earlier. Zach and Brandon are the only ones who've been in this league for 3 years. I started calling him in July. I found out he was on vacation. I thought he wasn't giving me the calls back. I found out he was on vacation. So then I called his mother and I said, Linda, please let him play. Please. He said, well, it's up to him. I said, well, Zach, will you play? Said, yeah, I want to play. Zach played. Zach played on the defensive line, so he started him off at fullback. He's a true fullback. He would have played the fullback, but we had nobody on the line that was going to block, so we had to put him on the offensive line, defensive line. He played center. He made the all-star team, Zach Boozin. When we started the season, we didn't have much of an offense. Really, no offense. I laid in bed and I prayed every night. Let me have a running back. Please let me have a running back. The good Lord looked down to me and he gave me one of the best darn running backs in this league. He scored 7 touchdowns for us, propelled us to the playoffs. Lionel Hill. We had a couple kids that didn't show up here. Joseph Park played fullback and linebacker. He helped in many ways. We had Danny Diven who played on the offensive line. We had Roger Hewitt and Stanley George. Stanley George played tight end and safety. But we're 1994 what? 1994 what? I hope each and every one of you guys come back and play on the senior level next year. Thank you.